of course, we are truly happy to have with us here the family of the group. Let us give a big hand to Mr. Cirilo and Adelfa Italia. Okay, panawagan to si Ma'am Officer Cirilo, Ma'am Adelfa Italia. Thank you so much. And of course, before we will proceed to the entrance of the newlywed, let us first also acknowledge our principal sponsors. So if your name is called, kindly stand to be acknowledged and to be recognized. For our principal sponsors, we have Mr. Maximo P. Rosales. Sir? Okay, this is sir. Mrs. Hilda Mangulayon. Our CI-in-Chief, Sir Felix I. Anticristo. And of course, his better half, Mrs. Helen D. Anticristo. Thank you so much. Mr. Michael A. Cristoles. Together with Mrs. Jasmine A. Cabales. Sir Michael.
Marami ka mo sagot din.
Mr. Gilbert Jordin and Mrs. Emelita Jordin.
Sila po? Ha? Pasya o? Lagi?
Okay, one of my colleagues, or two of my colleagues, Mr. and Mrs. Alexander and Rowena Kaya. Mr. Marciano Alawan and Mrs. Thelma C. Gopita. Okay, thank you for joining. We also have Mr. Sergio Lacumba and Mrs. Evelyn N. Lacumba. Also part of the principal sponsors, we have Sir Nicanor Jalon and Mrs. Raquel Basalo. We also have Mr. Rogelio P. Muda and Mrs. Maricel Muda. Manolito Sardido and Mrs. Alejandra D. Gonzaga. Mr. Roberto P. Mariscaran and Mrs. Rosana Doneza. Also part of our principal sponsors, we have Mr. Edgar Agravante and our PSDS, Mrs. Antonita Portus. And we also have Mrs. Romulo Ramanta and Mrs. Melia Q. Manjalo. Mr. Nelson D. Banlasan and Mrs. Elizabeth Fuentes. Mr. Abraham Concepcion and Mrs. Helen P. Chavez. Okay. Mr. Virgilio Maghanoy and Mrs. Annabel Caballero.
Ay, si Paps na.
And last but not least, we have Mr. Ronnie Lee Pange and Mrs. Emily Lee Pange. Thank you for gracing the occasion today.